Well, hello everybody. This is May King here, and it's it's coming up to the Social Pulse Summit, where I'm actually going to be talking with the incredible Deb Eckerling. How are you, Deb?
I'm doing terrific. How are you doing, May King?
Very well, thank you. It's a Social Pulse Summit. There's a lot going on, talks all over the shop, and I'm just learning lots and tweeting lots and all the rest of it. Now, I've got a confession to make because there were so many sessions. I got major FOMO because I really wanted to come and talk and listen to your session, but I had to watch that in the replay. Now, you talked about setting up LinkedIn goals, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And isn't this summit wonderful because you don't have to be everywhere at once because you get to see everything eventually?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So you have a goal to watch all the sessions, which totally works.
That's exactly right. Now, I did have a quick look at your introduction of your talk, and you talked about how sometimes we can often overthink and underthink goals. So, can you explain a little bit about that?
Well, think about it this way. You know, we all have these things that we want or we think we want, but if you take the time and actually dive deep into what we do, how we help, what our unique strengths are, and in the way in which we want to manifest that to help people, if you start with that and you figure out the who you are part and what you can offer and how that makes the world a better place or helps other people, when you really settle in on that mission for yourself and your business, then you can set effective goals. But if you're just kind of wandering aimlessly, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, or oh, I really want to do this and I'm going to spend like months prepping for this, and then nothing gets done. So you really have to find that balance of, again, who you are, what you want, what it's going to look like. Then you can set effective goals, and it ties into LinkedIn. It ties into like everything you do. But if you think about it, if you want to use LinkedIn or really any platform effectively, you need to figure out who you are and what you're, I don't want to say selling because that's a terrible word. People don't like the word selling. But what you are offering, your knowledge, your expertise, your service, your product, really, really hone into the mission behind everything. And what that looks like. Is it starting a business? Is it getting a new job? Is it writing a book? We all have these goals, but we really need to take the time to figure out, okay, what makes sense for me? What do I love? What can I do to set myself up for success? And that's why it's so important to find that happy medium between underthinking and overthinking your goals. See, I actually did answer your question. I just answered it.
Now, I thought that was really interesting because do you find that in your experience there are people who are sort of wandering aimlessly?
Yes.
And therefore that's why they're not getting the results that they are expecting?
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of it. And especially now when everything is so upside down, it's, first of all, people have been gifted, let's use the word gifted, with a lot of extra downtime, whether it's because they're doing fewer hours or they're working from home so they don't have to commute. But you have that extra time. So think about that as the gift that it is and say, okay, what do I really want? What do I want to create? Who do I want to be when I grow up? And it might be that you just kind of stumbled onto this career path, which has worked out for you, but okay, what do you do now that things are stalled? Well, take a step back, reassess, and say, okay, if I had a fresh slate, what does that look like? What can I create? And when you're doing really any sort of exploration or outreach, it really ties back to your network, and it ties back to LinkedIn, because your people are your resources. The things that you don't know, your people know. And then you want to develop like real genuine relationships with new friends or reconnect with old ones and let them take part in that exploration.
Wonderful. Now, I noticed a little placard at the back of your wall there about the Deb method. And I want to know more about that.
Okay, well, and do you love, everybody has these virtual backgrounds, and I'm so old school that I have my logo and my book cover behind me. So the Deb method is my system that helps people figure out what they want and how to get it. And it's very simple. And you can also see behind me, my motto is goal setting simplified. So everything, whether it's my workshops or my book or my coaching, it really just focuses on making the instructions as simple as possible, because changing your life is challenging enough. You know, you don't want to be struggling with the direction. So the Deb method is 3 phases. It's determine your mission, explore your options, brainstorm your path. And these 3 phases will really help you hone in not only on your goaltopia, that's my word for living the life you want and achieving your goals, but figuring out what that looks like for you and where that destination is and what you need to do to get there.
I absolutely love the new word that you've invented, goaltopia. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when I was writing my book, I was like, the word didn't exist. I'm like, there's no word for living your goals. I guess I'll make one up. And you start with, okay, visualize. When you think about the life you want, what does that look like? And things have changed so much in the last 6 months. It doesn't mean you can't have that big business, and it doesn't mean you can't have that big speaking career. It might mean your business is online and your speaking is virtual, but the principles behind what you are working toward are the same. So going back to Deb, so the first phase, determine your mission, is where you really hone in on what is my mission in life? And mine is to help as many people as possible figure out what they want and how to get it through my coaching, workshops, speaking, etc. And then you put it into a motto, which is goal setting simplified. So everything that I create is with that mission and that motto in mind. And then explore your options. Okay, I want to create these things. What do I want to do to get there, to get the word out? So, do I write a book? Do I start a blog? Do I start a podcast? Do I speak? In my case, it's pretty much all the above at various points. And in terms of LinkedIn, explore your options. What is your purpose for the platform? This is what I go to in my session. Why are you on LinkedIn? Do you want to learn? Do you want to get a new job? Do you want to explore new careers? Do you want to just bulk up your network so you make the right connections to get what you have to share out there? So you're doing the little exploration work, whether it's specifically for the business you're creating or the career you want, or etc., or it's for what it's going to look like for your LinkedIn strategy. And what's wonderful with the summit, which I love, by the way, and there's so many wonderful deep dives into the different aspects. So you could do this exercise and then say, okay, what sessions have the information I need to make these things I'm exploring happen? And once you kind of settle on, your first road trip, my book's all a road trip theme, because that's what life is. It's the journey. You want to go to an amusement park, that's great. But there are they're open. There are hundreds of amusement parks. Which one do you want to go to? You want to go to the beach. What beach? What coast? What does your destination, or at least your first destination, look like? And then once you settle on it, then it's, okay, brainstorm your path. I want this. What goals do I need to set to get there?
Now, with regards to the exploration phase that you were talking about, do you feel that LinkedIn could actually help you to get to that phase, or do you feel that there's a little bit of homework that needs to be done before you even embark on setting your LinkedIn goals?
Can I say yes?
Yes, of course.
The secret really is the plan, and you asked me before, It's true. People either overthink their goals or they underthink them, but they kind of fly by the seat of their pants regardless. But when you make notes, make lists, do to-do lists, do journaling, whatever it is that is your way of getting information out of your head and onto the page, and then you can look at it and say, okay, I need to do A, B, C, D to get to that destination. So you can start now. It's sort of, you can always be building your network, and the conference is perfect because it's like the networking is built in. So the more people that you meet, hey, we met at the Pulse Summit, let's connect. You can still be building your network while figuring out what you need to know. More network you have, the more people that you have for this body of information.
So I want to make the best use out of LinkedIn. I want to get some goals set in place. You've talked a little bit about planning and so on. But where can we go? What will be the next step after that?
Okay, well, let's say you know what you want, you know what goals you're reaching towards. So then you go to the Brainstorm Your Path, and that's just write down everything you want to do, or you think you need to do, or you think you should do in order to reach these goals. And this is long-term goals, short-term goals, action items, tasks. If you need to build a website for your business, what elements go there? If you want to rebrand, what you need to explore. Write everything out, and then you're going to categorize them into, this is what I need to create my website. This is what I need for my blog. This is what I need for my book. So you start by throwing everything out there and dividing it. Then you need to gift yourself with the time to get all this done. And one of the best ways to do that is to set appointments with yourself, but also to keep them. You want to treat the time, these appointments that you're using to work towards your goals, as sacred as you would with an appointment with a boss or a client. You schedule time to write your book. Schedule time to figure out the logistics behind your podcast. Schedule time for exploring different career options. And that might even mean watching LinkedIn or YouTube videos. Find out what you need to know, because that's another goal, and then explore it. And then with that information, you can make your plan and then use your to-do list, use your appointments, schedule that time. And even if it's a little bit of time every day or every week, it all adds up. And eventually you'll be like, oh, look, I made progress. When did that happen? Progress happens if you're moving forward.
Oh, do you know, that is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful tip there, to make appointments. So you're almost keeping yourself accountable to the goals that you want to reach, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whether that is, like you say, writing a book, or learning more about a particular platform, or, whatever it is. So, I think we better leave it right there, because we don't want to give too much away, do we? With your talk. Otherwise, we won't need to watch it. So thank you so much, Deb. Thanks for explaining a little bit about the Deb method as well. We can see there that your session just flashed up on the screen there, so we can definitely watch the replay as well, as you kindly said. Any final words before we end this broadcast, Deb?
Well, okay, a couple final words. The first final word is, and I say this in my session as well, if we're not connected, please drop me a note, connect with me. Become part of my community, because the community is what makes it happen. And this is a wonderful community to be in, no matter what your goals are. If you want to learn more about me, go to my session, go to thedebmethod.com or yourgoalguidebook.com. We'll tell you more about my book, which goes into detail about the Deb method, but also strategies for success. And the final word, the one of wisdom, is remember you can do it. You have control over your destiny, over your goals. Just take the time, give yourself the time to figure out what it is you want to do, and make a plan, do something you're excited about, and just move forward, and you can make it happen.
Oh, thank you so much for your time, Deb. That was a wonderful, wonderful ending to the broadcast. We can do it, right? We can so do
You
it.
totally could do it. And if you don't think so, just hear my voice in your head or just like replay this part of the interview. Oh, Deb says I can do it. Oh, I totally can.
We can do it. We can do it.
And you already took the first step by going to a summit, by educating yourself. You're making the choice to improve what you're working on. So you did that. You could do anything else.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time again, Deb. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to watch Deb's wonderful broadcast about setting up your LinkedIn goals. And we'll leave it there for now. But I'm definitely going to watch the replay.
Great. Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for watching and participating. It's been awesome.